So I'm about to show you how I used this movement in price just the other day to generate a trading profit of over $4,000. I entered into the trade with about 10,000, exited the trade with about 14,000. Now it's not just me winning on this trade, it's the members who are also in my Discord. We have one of our members making just under $1,000 on the exact same trade. We have another one of our members making a 50% profit on the trade, and another member making $4,725 on that trade. That said, make sure you join my Discord. The link for that is in the video description below. It's free to join, so click the link, make sure you join the Discord. Let's get to the trade breakdown. I want to break down this trade for you because there's a lot of moving parts. It's a very interesting trade, and there's a lot of things that you can take away. There's a lot of things that you can go ahead and emulate to make trading profits like I have just shown you. So let's get to the trade breakdown. Let's talk about the trade entry to start off with, because there's nothing more important than that. Why did I go ahead and enter into this trade at the exact level that I did, which was right here? My edge above the markets is that I'm always looking for psychological breakdowns. What's a psychological breakdown? This is where we see a shift in the market and the shift in sentiment. So we are shifting from a state of positive to a state of negative, or vice versa. So a state of negative to then being in a state of positive. So I'm getting in just before this shift, just before this psychological change. That's my edge above the market, and that's what I look for with every single trade that I enter into, and that makes this a seriously profitable trading setup. That said, the shift in the psychological behavior of the market is shown to me when I see certain structural changes. So let me go ahead and show you. So the most important level with price at this point in time was this level right here, the shaded region. This is the most important structural level on the charts, and this is what's going to guide me and let me know when we've seen that psychological breakdown. Now, when we saw price dip below this zone, we had entered into a bearish state. This is because price has gone ahead and shattered below a key level of demand that held up for numerous weeks before, which was previously a level of supply, and very importantly was a very significant level where we saw a strong rally off previously. So once we got a dip below that structural level, that structural zone, price was in a very bearish state, and that's where I made my entry, with my target being this level down below for price to go ahead and drop and fill the downside gap, closing at, this is 37, right? This level right here is 37. So going ahead and closing this gap down to $37. So I've got my trade entry, and I've also got my exit level set. So I've entered into the trade. But what's important, with every single trade that I'm entering or anybody's entering, it's very important to look around. It's literally like crossing the road. When you cross the road, what do? You look ahead, you look left, you look right, you look all around you before you go ahead and cross the road, because you're literally crossing into dangerous territory to get to where you need to get to, right? So you're looking around before you go ahead and cross the road. You don't just look left, you don't just look right, you don't just look ahead. You ensure that you've got all bases covered before you make your next step. That's the exact same thing with trading. So let's look around. So before I entered into the trade, I had looked around. So if we look around, there's some things that were very important to note. The first is this. Just before, right, just a few sessions before, or over the last couple of weeks, price had formed a double top situation. So you had one significant peak and you had another significant peak. This double top puts price in a very weak position. So when we see price forming that double top, that's showing that it's struggling to break above a particular zone, a particular level, which puts it in a bearish situation. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that price conveniently went ahead and filled this gap. This is what we call a technical move in price before it reveals its true colors. This is what often traps a lot of the market. This is what bamboozles a lot of people in the markets when they fall for the technical traps that the market set. This right here, this gap fill, was just a technical fill, just a technical movement in price before price went ahead and revealed its true colors. It's almost like this, right? You go to a club, you meet a hot chick, the lights are dark, but she's wearing a ton of makeup. It's only when you get back and you take off that makeup that she reveals her true colors. It's the same thing, right? The market has gone ahead and taken off the makeup at this point in time, and that's where you get that decline in price. That decline in price is the true colors. That's another thing that the market was telling us. And there's a third and a final thing. Let's scale out, look to the daily. There is a significant resistance level. Before I'm entering into any trade, I've always got to know what the major resistance level is. I call this the headline resistance level. This is the level where price is really going to have a tough time breaking above. And it's this level right here. This is because we've made 3 key interactions with this level and price has gone ahead and folded and moved to the downside. So that being said, if we were to see price break above anywhere in this region, we know that price has now moved to being in a significant strength. So we know that price is now showing strength. Price has now moved to its next phase, which is showing strength. But anywhere below this, we know that price is in a weak position. So looking around, we got a full picture of exactly what's going on with the price, and it's going to help us with the next kind of moves and what we do thereafter. So let's play this out. Let me show you guys what happened next. I did tell you this was a bit of a roller coaster ride of a trade, which isn't how they always happen, right? It's a very small percent that we do get this roller coaster price action, but it does happen from time to time. So let's go ahead and play this out. So price actually went ahead and broke back above the significant structural level, the significant structural zone. Now we had quite an extreme break. The trader in me 8 years ago would have gone ahead and panic sold at this level or sold out because we'd broken structure. However, remember I told you the importance of looking around. Because we were looking around at our surroundings, we know that we've got this major resistance level that price is going to struggle to break above. And lo and behold, it came very, very close to that level and pretty much tapped that level to the penny before seeing some sharp selling thereafter. So in this position, even though I'm down on the trade because the trade has gone against me and I've entered into puts, price hasn't actually yet broke into the strength zone. And the strength zone, remember, is this level right here. So as long as price is below this level, it's still in a bearish position. Now, not only that, because of the rejection that we're seeing, price has then gone ahead and formed a triple top, right? It was a double top before, but now it's a triple top. And this is, again, another weak signal the market is sending. So the market is sending tons and tons of weak signals together right here. So I'm very happy to go ahead and sit in the trade and wait for it to actually go ahead and still hit my target price down here. So if I go ahead and play this out, play out the rest of the trade or the near-term movement, you can see that what's happened next is we've gone ahead and broken back down below our significant structural zone. Now, this break above and break below is what we call a fake break, because what it's done is it's trapped all the bulls into thinking this is going to go higher, creating that bull trap situation, and reversed on everybody in 2 days. So this took about 2 weeks to move from this level right up to here. It took 2 days to reverse every single percentage point of gain. So that is a very weak signal the market is sending. Bear in mind, I've held the trade right through all of this price action right here, and now the trade is back to the original level that I bought in at. Again, based on all the information, based on the way, based on the chart structure, based on the fake break, the triple top, I'm still looking for today exit at this level right here, down here. This was my original exit level, and it didn't change even though price moved against me and did something I wasn't expecting for the next 2 weeks, but I still stuck to the game plan. And that just comes with the experience of trading the markets for almost a decade. Let's continue to play this out, because price continues to plummet right down to my target level of $37, which was my original level when I entered into the trade. So I exited the trade around this level, pretty much bang on where I said I was going to exit, and that's how I was able to generate, as I showed you in the beginning, the $4,000 in trading profits in just a couple of days time. That being said, make sure you join the Discord so you can get in on the next trade. Catch you guys on the next one.